Okay, we're back, and I was about to take this 6 brush, and behind here, I was going to, let's see, I want to change the paper first, and we'll go to, I'm going to go to the dramatic papers, and I'm going to go to needles, and I want to look at what it's set up. It's almost at its, so it's a little more contrasty, and I think I'm going to leave it at contrasty. Let's just see how it looks. And if I come in here and just do, don't want to do that. Let's reverse that. There we go. Okay, now do this. Yeah, look at that. We're getting tree branches and stuff. Okay, that's giving me kind of what I'm looking for there. Now let's go to the watercolor layer down here, and I'm going to change papers to this thick horizontals. Stay with my same brush, but I'm going to make it smaller. And let's try using my shift key to make it straight lines. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's make that one a little darker if I can. No, that's perfect. Now I'm going to go off from the straight line and break it up a little bit. Yeah. All right, I like it. I want to break this up, and where is that coming from? That is probably right here. Let's turn that off. Yep. All right, so I'm going to stay with my same paper, same brush. I'm making it a lot smaller, and I'm just going to try and develop a straight line through here. That's good. Make it a little different place. Yep. Let's make it right there. Perfect. Perfect. Now you see we're beginning to get kind of a landscape look here. And let's go to thick and thin 11. And that's going to give us some, I know I don't want to 11. Let's go to thick and thin 12. And its size needs to be much smaller, like at about 2 or 3. And I'm going to, let's just see if we can do some lines here. I'm not in the right place. Let's go here. And we want to add a watercolor layer at the top. And I'm going to make this a little bigger. And I don't want it to be white. I want it to be black. Or let's go a dark olive green, about like that. Now let me see if it makes, yes, it makes a line, but I want to be smaller. 2.0. That's it. I want some, what looks like tree line, or trees going up here. That one went a little far, but let's see if I make it like that. That kind of gives us a little line or two. And we'll go up here, 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 one out there. And when they're disappearing, I like it. I just want to have some evidence of something there. Now let's go to thick and thin 11, and we're going to take it down to about 2. 2.2 is fine. And I'm going to give, that's not going to work. What I have to do is put it on something that's got paint on it. So we need to go probably, let's see, probably need to go here. Yeah, let's see what happens here. All right, so I'm just trying to put a little white to it. Just so it has a little bit more depth. Looks a little more like a tree trunk. Just a little bit of definition there. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted so far. All right, now what do we want to do? I want to go to, let's see, let's go up. Let's go and add another watercolor layer. I'm going to go back to grainy. Let's try grainy, runny, flat. Now that's a CE, and let's pick that color, and we will pick that color. Okay. Now if I bring this down here, all right, oh shoot. So that's much. All right, what I want to do here is go back to the paper and let's get something textured. Well, I don't know. I think I want to use simplicity, but I can't. That's a paper you have to buy. Oh, I want to do this. I want to open up the scale. I don't want there to be a lot of contrast. Maybe a little more than that. Wow, that's really tight. Let's see what this looks like. You know, it's kind of what I want. Let me see if it looks better if I reduce the opacity. Yeah, that's better. But it's still not what I want. That's not what I want. I wanted runny, more runny. Like, let's try the water CE. I can't remember what it does. No, it's not the real water I want. I need this other thing. I think the wet control, no, that's Mountain Springs, Runny Springs Grain. That one may be it. A brush that is not quite so rolly. Let's see what that looks like. That is kind of what I wanted. Okay, so let's start up here. And we'll put in some of the blue and the green. And let that do like that. And I'm going to turn this on so that it looks a little wet. Yay. Okay, now let's do this. Let's what? I want to play with the opacity. I think that is better or not. Let's do double. Let's try this. Notice that, oh gosh, we're at 11 minutes. Notice that I am trying all sorts of things just to see what may happen. And I like what's happening here. And I'm going to take the bloom dab and I'm going to take it up to white. And I'm going to change the paper to the stomata. And I'm going to bring the scale, but I'm just going to take it back to its default setting. Yeah, and see what that does for me. If well, that's not doing a lot. Let's make the brush bigger. And we'll just kind of hold it in place. I don't want to go up there. Just straight across here. Now that adds a little bit of activity, sort of bush-like, and brings the two areas together. Now I could, let's see what happens if I go to down here and do the same thing, but not exactly in the same spot. See, this is two different layers that are identical, but doing some in the same spot and some different gives us a little bit difference here. Now, does this fight too much with the back? It almost does fight a little bit much with the back. Let's try doing this. Let's go to Watercolor Layer 2 and let's take our eraser. And I'm going to just erase that. Where am I? I'm not in the right place. I'm not anywhere. There we go. Okay, so let's erase that. I like that. That's beginning to give us an idea of something going on. Now let's go back to this area, and we were using a pretty grainy wash, and let's give it a little bit more blue. I still want it to be kind of a gray blue, but light. All right, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of blue up here at the top. I've got that paper set up. Let's see what that looks like. That's okay. It adds just a little bit of texture, but I need to go. Let's go back to the original paper, which is this one, I think. Yeah, Copress. All right, so now I can try this again with a little more pressure. Perfect. I like that look. All right, let's just put another one in there so we have a little bit more there, a little bit more of that watercolor look. Okay, so now we have sort of a watercolor going here. Let's do this. Let's go look at this again. I'm going to turn off the paper. And everything else is stuck together. So I'm going to go Control A, which is select all. And then I'm going to go up to Edit, Copy Merge. And then I'm going to go to Edit, Paste in Place. And that put it down here at the bottom, which is not where I want to take it. So we're going to go up, 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 up to the very top almost. Now, this is no longer watercolor, but I'm going to right-click and convert to a watercolor layer. Now, it gets real dark because we've got the same thing below. What I'm going to do is turn off what's below for the time being, anyway. Have I gotten them all? No. Okay, that turns them all off. So this is the whole canvas watercolor put on one layer, okay? So I'm going to go to that layer, be sure I'm on it, and I can turn this back on now to see how that looks. That's at 50%. I'm actually going to take this down to 30%. I noticed it was kind of gray looking, and I still see the paper this way. All right, so we're on this layer that we just created, and I'm going to go to my Sumier, and I'm going to pick this yellow, orangey, dark orangey color, and the brush size is 20%. Let's just see how that looks. Now, the reason I put them all together is because this brush will, or this breakup will, see it cuts in and affects the actual paint. Now let's take the size down, and I'm going to pick this green color, and that doesn't show. Let's make the brush bigger then. We'll go up to 50%. And we'll bleed that out. It's not bleeding that much. I think it needs to be darker. So let's go to this darker blue. And try that. That looks fine, but it's too big, and I don't want it to bleed out. So I'm going to take it down to about 10, and I'm going to get ready to hit the, no, too small. I'm going to get ready to hit the dry watercolor layer so that it doesn't dry out or zoom out too much, too quickly. And that looks pretty good. And what do you think? I think we finished it, or finished it enough. Now, there are many things we could do at this point. We could, we still could bring in, we could add back some of this stuff. Like if we added that back, and we added that. No, that's not the one. We added this one back. That's too dark. Added that one. Now that is nicer because it kind of brings in those tree branches, but I think that's too much, so I'm not going to bring that back in. Let's look at this one. No. This one, no. This one. That is probably okay, especially if we reduce its opacity some. Obviously, I'm not. Where am I? Oh, I'm not on it anymore. So what was that? Was it this one? This one? No. Who's this one? I think. Yeah, so if I took that one and I reduce its opacity, I'm not on the layer. I keep undoing the thing, but not actually getting on the layer. So we reduce its opacity. I think that's good. And I want to do one other thing. I'm going to take the eraser tool and erase this. Let's make this a little smaller. Not that much. There. I'm going to take this. I thought that was on there. It's taking off some of it. Oh, I know, the other's up at the top, but I can't take that off up at the top because that would leave a white spot. Or would it? Well, yeah, it would, unless I turned everything on. All right, so let's reduce the opacity even more. For some reason, that's not the right one. Let's bring that back up. Not too much. That's too much. Bring it to about right there. I've got to find that dark. Apparently it's just dark. Because if I turn that off, look at that, that would be an interesting another start for watercolor. But if I turn that off, that's down there. Let's take that off again. And turn that one off. There it is. Okay. Now that I know where it is, if I reduce this, no, I don't need to reduce that. All I'm trying to do is get rid of this or make it less where it's not so dark. I don't mind that there's some of it there. Yeah, there we go. Now that's better for me. I've got some dark, some light, some white paper, all of that. I think I would call this finished. And then, it would be a matter of printing and all of that. Okay, so We've done another watercolor. I think this is several paintings that I've done and probably enough for the moment. So this may be the last video in this section. I'll look at all of them again and decide. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.